Why are Chihuahuas so small but fierce? This is something that has been confusing dog lovers for years. Why do these tiny dogs have such big personalities? Today we're going to be talking about exactly this. We will also be answering some other commonly asked questions about Chihuahuas, like how much they usually weigh, what they were originally bred for, and what their lifespan is. But mostly we will be talking about why these little guys are so feisty and full of energy. So, if you want to find out more about this adorable breed, stay tuned. The first thing we should talk about is how small Chihuahuas actually get. If you already own a Chihuahua, then you probably know just how small your dog can get. On average, they tend to stand around 6 to 9 inches tall at the shoulder and can weigh anywhere from 2 to 6 pounds. That is not very big at all. They are one of the smallest breeds in the world, and because of this, they are sometimes underestimated. People often think that because they are so small, they won't be able to do much, but that is definitely not the case. In fact, Chihuahuas can be known for being one of the most fierce and feisty dog breeds around. And this is exactly what we are going to be talking about today. Why do they get so big personalities? Well, let's find out. One of the biggest reasons as to why Chihuahuas have such big personalities is because of their history. Before we get into this, though, we do need to answer another question. Where did the Chihuahua even come from? What is their history? If you didn't know, Chihuahuas actually originated in Mexico. For many years before the Spanish conquest, indigenous people had been keeping small dogs as pets. These dogs would have been kept as companions and would have been used for religious ceremonies. The Toltec civilization kept small dogs around 300 BC, and the Aztec also kept small dogs. They were considered sacred animals. The Aztecs even had a special word for them, which was Itzcuinli. This means small dog in their language. When the Spanish came to the Americas, they brought with them small dogs of their own. These dogs would have been used for hunting and herding. They would also have been used as food sources. The Spanish called these dogs Chihuahuas, which is where the name comes from. So basically, Chihuahuas are a mix between the small dogs that were already in America and the small dogs that the Spanish brought over. Over time, these dogs evolved into the Chihuahuas that we know and love today. They were selectively bred for their looks and personalities, which is also why they have such big Throughout history, people have always wanted smaller and smaller dogs. This is why Chihuahuas are so small now. But it also means that their personalities have been exaggerated. Throughout history, they have been selectively bred for their looks and personality. This is why Chihuahuas can have such big personalities. People wanted dogs that were not only small in size, but also had big personalities to match. But there is another reason as to why Chihuahuas have such big personalities. It is because of their survival instincts. You see, when Chihuahuas were first created, they were not always treated well. They were often neglected or abused. This meant that they had to be tough and resilient in order to survive. They had to be brave and strong, both physically and mentally. This is why Chihuahuas have such strong personalities today. They are descended from dogs that were strong enough to survive in harsh conditions. They are also descended from dogs that were smart enough to outwit their owners. Chihuahuas are known for being very smart. They are quick learners and are capable of complex tasks. This is why they make such great watchdogs. They are able to learn how to take care of themselves, and they are also able to learn how to protect themselves. Another reason as to why Chihuahuas have such big personalities is because of their dominance. Like we said, they were selectively bred for their looks and personality. People wanted dogs that were not only small in size, but also had big personalities to match it. This meant that Chihuahuas were bred for their dominance as well. They are a very dominant breed, and they are often very bossy. They are also very stubborn, which can make them challenging to train. However, this also contributes to their big personalities. They are not afraid to speak their minds, and they are often very demanding. But at the same time, they are also very loyal and loving. They are very protective of their family and will not hesitate to defend them if needed. And finally, we have got to mention the apple of every Chihuahua's eye, their apple-shaped head. Their apple-shaped head also contributes to their big personality. This is because the apple-shaped head makes them look like they are always smiling. They are often referred to as the smiling dog because of this. But their apple-shaped heads also make them look very cute and adorable. This is why people love Chihuahuas so much. They are very attractive dogs, and this also contributes to their big personalities. They know that they are cute, and they know that people love them. This makes them very confident and sometimes even arrogant. But at the same time, it also makes them very charming and funny. So as you can see, there are many reasons as to why Chihuahuas have such big personalities. It is because of their history, their survival instincts, their dominance, and their apple-shaped heads. All of these things contribute to making them the unique and amazing dogs that they are. But it is important to remember that every dog is an individual, and not every Chihuahua will have a big personality. Some of them may be more laid back and chill, while others may be more energetic and playful. No matter what, though, they are all adorable and loving dogs that make great companions. Now that we have talked about their personality, let's move on to a few other commonly asked questions about Chihuahua. First up, how much do they usually weigh? Like we said, on average, they weigh between 2 and 6 pounds. But some Chihuahuas can be smaller or larger than this. It really depends on their genetics and their diet. If you want your Chihuahua to be on the smaller side, then you should feed them a high-quality diet and make sure they get plenty of exercise. If you want your Chihuahua to be on the larger side, then you can feed them a little bit more and let them be a bit more sedentary. But it is important to remember that overweight Chihuahuas are more likely to develop health problems. So this should not be done too much. What are they originally bred for? Like we said, Chihuahuas were originally bred as companion dogs. They were also used for religious ceremonies by the Aztecs. Over time, they have also been used as hunting dogs and herding dogs. But their main purpose nowadays is still to be a companion. They are great for people who live in apartments because they need a lot of space to be happy. They are also great for people who are first-time dog owners because they are relatively easy to take care of. Finally, let's talk about their lifespan. On average, Chihuahuas live for 12 to 20 years. This is a relatively long time, especially when compared to other dog breeds. This is probably because Chihuahuas are relatively healthy dogs. They are not prone to many health problems. But, like we said, if you let them get to overweight, they are more likely to develop health issues. Also, if you don't give them enough exercise, they can become bored and develop behavioral problems. So it is important to keep them active and stimulated. All in all, Chihuahuas are wonderful dogs. They are small, mighty, and full of personality. They make great companions and are relatively easy to take care of. Just remember to give them plenty of exercise and a high-quality diet, and they will live long, happy lives. So what do you think of Chihuahua? Do you agree with what we have said in this video? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something new. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.